AFH43. This is a Reddit user who one day fell upon a theoretical concept that irreversibly tore his mind to shreds. In this video, we'll explore his journey from discovery all the way to his dramatic finale in a very suspicious post that appeared recently. When his activity first began back in April 2016, he would post and comment regularly about clothes, music production and video games, asking for opinions on things like looks and equipment. But after 3 months of this, the account went totally silent. No activity at all. That is until February 3rd. 7 months later, when AFH had made a discovery that to him was so thought-provoking, so tantalising, that he couldn't sleep or think about anything else. And this discovery would slowly become his undoing. Quantum Immortality. This is purely a theory, however, quite a dangerous theory, based around the idea that the human consciousness can never really die, and when faced with death, or something that should kill you, your consciousness automatically falls into one of an infinite amount of realities where you didn't die. This is a dangerous thought process for some people because the possibility of never being able to die is inconceivable. Where does it end? When you're floating around space billions of years from now after the Earth has been destroyed, on the brink of death but never able to die. And while this obviously sounds like some absurd conspiracy theory that can never be proved, it can also never be disproved, which is where the problem lies. After returning to Reddit February 3rd with this new revelation, it was only 5 days until his account went totally dead again. The theory of quantum immortality has driven me to a state of pure anxiety and terror over the last week. Is it true? Has it been debunked? I can't do this anymore. This is the first post he made on the first day of his return. As you can see, posted to the Ask Physics subreddit. However, he also posted this same post on the Ask Science and Ask Philosophy subreddits multiple times, but this was the only one that got people's attention. It's obvious through the comments just how erratic he's feeling, and no matter what people say, there really doesn't seem to be anything that will truly convince him. One commenter explains how it's not exactly you who continues to exist. It's a version of you who just remains alive at that point, through whatever means. But OP responds with, "From my perspective, it would still be me though, would it not? What makes me anxious is the fact that I don't want to be alive against my will. I don't want to live forever." A lot of people fight OP's arguments, but he continues to play ignorant, stuck in this hole that he can't allow himself to climb out of. Over the next few days, his posts are very turbulent and distressed, with only a few getting the attention of others. The possibility of quantum immortality is making my life unbearable. Is it a credible theory? It makes complete sense to me, and I can't believe I'm the only one losing my mind over it. Existential crisis. It won't stop. I need help, I can't do it anymore. I fear that because I'm something in this infinite universe, I will always be alive. Quantum immortality. It makes so much sense to me and it's ruining my life. What do I do about it? I need to rest. Does the existence of multiverses mean that we will never die? Because in that universe we have a chance of not dying, and in the parallel universe we continue to live because we can't experience death. Basically, quantum immortality. It is depressing me immensely. And then, sadly, we get one final post from AFH on the 5th day before he disappears into obscurity. Quantum immortality. I'm killing myself soon. It's too much, I can't do it anymore. Even worse is that on this post, when he really needed it, nobody reached out to try and help him. Over 2 years later, on the 13th of September 2019, we get our next update from AFH, and compared to his last post, it's quite surprising. While recovering from a psychotic breakdown suicide attempt, I, 22M, met the only girl, 22F, I've ever fallen in love with. Due to my state, it didn't work out. I'm considering asking her out again. I am AFH43. I am still alive. It's been a long time since I've last logged into this account. I thought it had been long forgotten by everyone. However, after logging in a few days ago, I saw that my inbox was full of hundreds of messages from people asking how I am or whether I'm even alive. Also, I saw my username being mentioned in a lot of Ask Reddit posts. These were extremely hard for me to read because I try not to think about that time in my life. Nearly 3 years ago, I woke up one morning and my mind simply broke. I believed that because of quantum immortality I would never be able to die, and therefore would experience all of the greatest sufferings possible over and over again for all of eternity. I felt there was no escape. It was like a panic attack of the highest intensity that did not end for weeks. For the first time, I understood what Emil Chorin meant when he said, "We dread the future only when we're not sure we can kill ourselves when we want to." Surviving a suicide attempt only worsened my delusions. It was only once I started taking antipsychotic medication during my stay in a psych ward that I began to put the pieces of my life back together and return to normality. It was during the process of getting back on my feet that I met a girl whom I completely fell for. We went on a few dates, we even kissed, but because of what I was going through, I was so nervous around her that it made things a bit awkward. And I was very much emotionally closed up. I think I just tried too hard to make something happen. I just wasn't ready. I was still recovering from a truly traumatic and horrific experience that completely shattered my mind. I only started to become myself, to come out of my shell, after we stopped seeing each other and I began my first relationship with another girl. She was a pretty incredible person, and over the last year with her, I learned to enjoy life, to become free and uninhibited by anxieties. I became open. I became comfortable with myself, who I was, and with the constraints on my existence. I made peace with my existence and with my delusions. Today, I am happy and in control of my life, truly. That relationship ended a few months ago. I've been on dates with other people since then, but still, I feel like this person who I kissed all those years ago is the one. I never stopped thinking about her, even during my last relationship, especially when things went bad. I can't help but wonder if we'd met now for the first time, what would have happened between us? Even though I haven't spoken to her in well over a year, I just felt this overwhelming sense of unfulfilled possibilities with her. I wonder if I would still be nervous around her. I don't know. I feel so different now. But still I don't have the answer. I was considering sending her a message on Facebook, asking if she wanted to go out again sometime, just to see if anything has changed or if it could work. I'm not sure how to word it or if I should even do it. I don't know what to tell her. After experiencing some personal family losses over the last year, I've realised that life is fleeting and I don't have much to lose. So, how can I approach this in a way that is not totally cringeworthy? That's the end of this update, and as you may have noticed, this was posted to Relationship Advice. It's really great to see how different in theme it is to his previous posts, and how far he seems to have come mentally since then. Unfortunately, we don't get to find out if he got back in touch with his old girlfriend, but given the theme of the next post, I really hope he did, and I hope he was able to be truly happy for a while longer. I'm still here. Unfortunately, I'm still here. For a few years now, my life has been pretty good, but at the moment, I'm having an unrelated breakdown, and I'm in hospital for other mental reasons. I wish I could commit suicide, but I'm too scared. Maybe it is worth facing it through. I'll have to face death eventually. This post was made the 8th of January 2022, nearly 3 years after the previous post. Evidently, a lot can happen in 3 years. I'm in hell, and my life is fucked. I might turn to drugs just to have some release from this relentless pain. I just need to sleep and never wake up. Maybe that can be my reality. I just can't do this. I feel alone. I'm terrified and numb at the same time. The default state of my life is suffering. If anyone can help dissuade me from quantum immortality, please tell me, but please don't make it worse for me. I'm in agony. Nothingness feels like it would be a beautiful thing. I know it will only transfer the pain to other people, and that does make me feel horrible. I wish I didn't believe in quantum immortality. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here right now. Since my last post, I've been diagnosed with OCD, and this explains a lot. I've been given Seroquel today, an antidepressant, to help me start thinking rationally. This may sound stupid, but this situation has to do with heartbreak and very specific and absurd triggering factors related to it. Again, maybe this is stupid, but I found love. Real love, and now it might be over. Life is suffering. I wish this was physical pain instead. I really envy Emil Cioran. Suicide was a wonderful fantasy at times, because at any moment he knew he could escape, and that gave him immense comfort. My mind is broken, and I don't think I'll ever be able to fix it. This is the last we hear from AFH himself. The saddest part for me is that 5 years later, after so much has changed, he's still as manic and suicidal as he was. I think quantum immortality was just the tip of the iceberg for some serious mental health issues writhing beneath the surface. And this heartbreak he mentions was the final catalyst they needed. My brother killed himself because of quantum immortality. Ask me anything. This post, from a now deleted user, was uploaded as recent as 10 months ago, making it October 2024. And as the title mentions, it's by a relative from the now late AFH. A few years ago, my brother discovered quantum immortality. They go on to give their understanding of quantum immortality, but I think we have that covered at this point, so I'll skip over that. My brother discovered it and went into extreme panic for weeks and weeks, and constantly made posts asking about quantum immortality's flaws and asking people to explain why it's most likely false. However, no matter what people would try explaining to him, he wouldn't seem to listen. He was set. He later made posts claiming he was going to end it because quantum immortality was getting too much for him. He tried, and he survived. A few years passed, and we thought he was doing okay, but then he decided to let go again, and that time he didn't survive. In his note, he mentioned how quantum immortality got to him again and he couldn't take it. I was never even aware he had a Reddit account. When he was posting all those things about quantum immortality years ago, I had no idea. But when he passed, I decided to look through his phone and I came across his account. Seeing it all the posts he made a few years ago, breaks me. It kills me. It hurts so much. I think about quantum immortality a lot myself. If it's real, then he could still be alive in a different reality. But I try not to make myself go crazy over that shit. I hate how a dumb theory actually killed him. Anyways, yeah, ask me anything. So, if this is genuine, of course it's devastating. But reading this, it really didn't sit right with me. I want to break down why I think this post seems disingenuous. But please, if you disagree, let me know what you think about it in the comments. Firstly, the extent of their knowledge about their brother's issues stem entirely from the Reddit posts. He constantly made posts asking about quantum immortality's flaws, and no matter what people tried explaining to him, he wouldn't listen. Granted, we can't know the extent of their relationship, but this post would imply that they must have cared quite a lot, and to have nothing to say about his behaviour outside of Reddit posts seems odd to me. Secondly, this post decisively claims that it was because of his anxiety about quantum immortality that made him end it. They even briefly mention a suicide note saying quantum immortality got to him again, without giving absolutely any details about this at all. Now, I wouldn't expect them to put a suicide note up on Reddit for everyone to see, but this seems like an easy claim, especially when AFH talks so prominently about heartbreak in his final post. But also in that post he says, I wish I didn't believe in quantum immortality. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here right now. This makes me think it's unlikely that if he did kill himself, it was because of quantum immortality. It sounds to me like he's saying the idea of it, killing himself just to continue living, is his main deterrent. Lastly, there are 2 responses on this Ask Me Anything, which seems suspiciously few. The first response is to a sympathiser saying, "Thank you, and make sure you continue to take care of yourself. I'm glad you're somewhat better now." But this second comment, in response to someone asking if they had any other mental conditions, I felt all but confirms my suspicions. Thank you very much for listening. I'd love to hear your thoughts on quantum immortality in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this and want to see more of my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.